Hi everyone, welcome to our live stream today about distance learning and also cyber technology courses. My name is May and I work in the Faculty of Computing, Engineering and Media, and I work for the recruitment and marketing of students. Today I'm joined by Samadullah, so I'm just going to hand over to Samadullah to introduce himself as well. Hi there.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm Sarmadullah Khan. I'm working as a senior lecturer in cybersecurity, and I'm also leading MSc Cyber Technologies, MSc Software Engineering, MSc Digital Forensics in Cybersecurity, and also MSc in Cyber Technology. So I am covering these four different programs and leading those four different programs.
That's great. Thank you for introducing yourself. So during this session, we're going to be talking about studying distance learning, specifically in cyber technology at De Montfort University, and some of the reasons why you should study with us. We'll also be answering any questions throughout the live stream as well. So if any of you watching have any questions, please do ask us, leave a comment, and we'll try and answer those during the live stream for you. If you have any questions about distance learning, the application process, or if you require any specific information on the specific programs that we offer, please do ask them in the comments. So we're just going to talk a little bit before we hand it over to Samadullah to cover a lot more detail about the courses, about some of the benefits of distance learning. So why should you choose a distance learning course? So some of the reasons why you might pick a distance learning course is, well, first of all, we're just going to start, we'll look at this slide here just to give you some ideas. Well, you can certainly learn around your lifestyle. So it's very flexible. You can still achieve the same qualifications as if you were on a campus-based course. So obviously that's one of the first benefits of distance learning. One of the other ones is you can overcome career barriers as well. So the courses are designed to help you focus and specialise in your chosen area of study and to overcome any contemporary real life problems in your industry. And hopefully it will help you take your career further as well. You can access resources wherever you are in the world. So you can access the online study materials, you can benefit from access to experienced academics, personal tutors, who are there to support you through your studies, and also, of course, not forgetting our award-winning employability service. And there are also multiple start dates throughout the year as well, so that gives you even more flexibility and control. There are flexible payment plans, so you can find out more on our fees and funding on each of the course pages. And also, it's one of the more cost-effective ways to learn as well than traditional campus-based courses. So you can learn a new subject or you can upskill in the industry that you might already be working in. Our courses are also designed with industry as well, so we're collaborating with leading organisations. We're offering industry-recognised qualifications, and again, that's all going to help with improving your employability prospects and supporting your career progression. And lastly, you'll gain specific specialist knowledge. So opportunities to gain detailed understanding of current and up-and-coming trends or challenges in your specialist area, and hopefully will help you come up with some creative, innovative solutions as well. So that's just some of the benefits from distance learning. So now we're going to talk a bit more to Samadullah. So I'm going to hand over to you, Samadullah. So could you tell us a bit more about the postgraduate cyber technology courses that are available via distance learning?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So first of all, I would like to mention that as you know that we are living in the digital world, and in the digital world means we have a different type of digital technology equipments, and they are usually connected with each other via the internet. So it gives us so much benefits, but in addition to that benefits, it also poses some challenges and the security threats, because When we say that we are connected through the different technologies, so it also means that the hacker and the cyber terrorist have more opportunities than ever before to sabotage any institution or businesses or even the individuals. So by keeping in mind those security threats and the possibility of the security threats, our program is developed in partnership with a range of international and national organizations, including Deloitte UK, Airbus, British Telecom, and Rolls-Royce. It also ensures us that you learn about the issues at the forefront of the sectors. Of course, about if I consider teaching side, so teaching is deliver all the modules is delivered by our expert staff at this Cyber Technology Institute, and of course, this has been named as NCSC Academic Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity Research, thanks to its pioneer researchers in the incident response and also the cyber threat intelligence. So our cybersecurity MSc courses consist of five main streams. One is the artificial intelligence, second one is the cybersecurity, third digital forensic, fourth is the software engineering, and the fifth one is management. So it can be studied by combining modules from all those five categories, allowing you to specialize in your chosen area of interest. Of course, you can select one of them. So if you select one of the pathway, so that will be considered as a pure pathway, and your final degree will be based on that pure pathway. But if you choose to go with a mixed pathway, so in that case, you will be given an option to select modules from the different pathways. So that will be, of course, will depend on your choices. So our MSc program is also fully certified by the National Cybersecurity Center, which is a part of the GCHQ. And our two programs are fully certified as I said. So one is the MSc Cybersecurity, and another one is MSc Cyber Technology with the pure cybersecurity pathway. Also, there are some important features of our MSc program. For example, we have the DMU has been named as a gold standard for the Academic Center of Excellence in Cybersecurity Education by one of the leading authority of the cybersecurity in the UK, which is the National Cybersecurity Center. So DMU is also the first university in the East Midlands to achieve this prestigious status. It also develops the skills required for a rapidly evolving sectors and learn the techniques which will enable you to work in one of the most fast-paced area of computing like cybersecurity. So studying the program is also has been developed all our modules in conjunction with the industrial expert. So our modules are created with the inputs from our industrial advisory group, and the industrial advisory group contains Deloitte UK, Airbus, BT, Rolls-Royce. And of course, their input is very important because that gives us the most updated information about the cybersecurity challenges in the real life. Students have also full access to our dedicated cybersecurity center laboratories, and those are fully equipped with the high-spec computers, and they have multiple operating systems and fully licensed tools and software. So if I go with the DL option mode, so all our MSc programs are delivered in the full-time mode, in the part-time mode, and also in the DL mode. So in the DL mode, the students are not supposed to come to attend those lectures on campus. But they have full access to our system, to our content, and they are fully provided full support as we provide support to our full-time and the part-time students on campus. So there is no difference in terms of the content or in terms of the support that is provided to our dear students. All the contents, all the materials is available online to all students, including full-time, part-time, in addition to the DL students. And also, if there is a need to post some material or some contents to the students, so the university also sends and posts those materials to the students. But of course, there is also an option for the dual students if they want to visit a campus. And if they want to do some practical activities on campus, so they are most welcome. They can come and they can use our well-equipped laboratories to perform their lab activities. If I talk about, as I said, about the pathways, so we have different pathways. So I will go a little bit deep into the pathway selection. So if a student on the cyber technology program wants to select a mixed pathway, so usually in the mixed pathway, the student is given an option to select one pathway as a major pathway and another pathway as a minor pathway. So in the major pathway, the student will select at least 4 modules from that pathway and 2 modules from the minor pathway. So I will give you an example of one mixed pathway. For example, if a student wants to go with the MSc Cybersecurity with digital forensic. So in that case, the students will select 4 modules from the cybersecurity pathway and 2 modules from the digital forensic pathway. This seventh module could be from any pathway. So that could be from the same cybersecurity pathway or digital forensic pathway, or that could be from the artificial intelligence pathway, management pathway, or from the software engineering pathway. So in this way, the students are given an option in the MSc Cyber Technology program. But if the student is going doing only MSc Cybersecurity, so in that case there is no option. So that there is a fixed number of modules. The students will study those fixed number of modules. Similarly, for the MSc Software Engineering, so MSc Digital Forensic, professional practice in digital forensics and security, and also if the students is going with for the pure pathway as an artificial intelligence in the MSc Cyber Technology. So in that case, we have fixed number of modules. Yes, ma'am.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Samadullah, for all that detail about reasons to study cyber technology and why distance learning as well. So lots of reasons there. You know, great industry links. We've got the NCSE certificates, and obviously with De Montfort University being a gold standard in cybersecurity as well. So that's fantastic. If it's all right with you, may I ask you a few questions just to elaborate on a few areas, if that's okay? So one of the things our viewers might be interested to know is when do the courses actually start, and what intakes do we offer?
Okay. So usually we have 2 intakes. One is the September intake and one is January intake. So the students can start either in the September intake session or in the January intake session. But there is a slight difference between the two start dates. So if a student is starting in September, so they will be given 1 month, like 1 year, 12 months duration to complete their studies, their MSc degree. While if the student starts in January, so then they are given 18 months time to complete their education, their MSc.
That's great, thank you. And also, you've already mentioned which courses award the NCSE certificate. So can you just list again for us which courses that was?
Yeah, so the NCSC has fully certified our MSc Cybersecurity program and MSc Cyber Technology with Cybersecurity as a pair pathway. So if the student is studying MSc Cybersecurity, in that case, the students will get NCSE certificate in addition to our MSc degree. So which will certify that our education and our facilities are up to the standard and they are fully trained in the cybersecurity domain.
Brilliant, thank you. And one other question, obviously it was very important, is what are the fees and how would students go about finding out a bit more about that?
Okay, so the fees is important in for the digital forensics, especially MSc. If the student is interested in MSc digital forensics, the rest of the fee information is available on the website of our program on the page. But it is important to know for the MSc digital forensics students that we are running this program, MSc digital forensic program, with SevenSafe. So it is like a combination or a collaboration between the two organizations. One is our DMU and the other one is SevenSafe. So if a student is attending any SevenSafe modules, in that case, the students will study that SevenSafe part or the training at the SevenSafe at Cambridge. And once they successfully complete that training, then they come back to DMU. So since they are doing training at the SevenSafe at Cambridge, so in that case, they have to pay fee to the SevenSafe. And that fee must be paid directly by the students to the SevenSafe. So the DMU will not be involved in paying anything to SevenSafe. So the students will pay that fee directly to the SevenSafe. When after completing the SevenSafe training and students wants to get the DMU credits for that training, the students will then register for the DMU top up. So that top up is actually a coursework assessment. So for that coursework assessment, the students need to pay fee for the DMU to the DMU. But of course, that fee is much less than the whole module fee because the students are not studying anything at the DMU, but they are only completing the assessment. So that's why the DMU will only charge for the assessment. Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for covering that. And one of the questions I might ask if I was studying distance learning, for example, is there an option to do a placement?
Yes, there is an option of placement. So we have a placement option of 1 year for all students on all our programs. And of course, for that, we have a separate placement team. So that team actually helps the students in preparing for the material for preparing material for the placement or CVs or interviews structure, and also help them to find a placement.
That's brilliant. Yes, we do have a fantastic careers and placements team at DMU, and they're here to help all students. So, and that would include the distance learning students as well. Brilliant. And how is the course actually delivered? Is it any different to being on campus, for example?
Yeah, that is actually a very important question. The course, all the modules, I would say, all the modules are delivered in a block mode. So the module is completely delivered in 1 week. So if a module is starting on Monday, so it will finish on Friday in the same week. And of course, when we finish module in 1 week, so that in that it means that there is an intense teaching and learning activity. So this teaching activities starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and finishes at 5 p.m. in the evening. So every day there are like 4 sessions, which is about 1.5 hour session each. So it starts at 9, finishes at 5. But each session, which is 1.5, that is usually split in two different subsessions. So one is based on theory and like teaching, and the another session, a session, is based on practical activities. So of course, all these modules are delivered in the lab environment. So the students, whatever they learn during the theoretical subsection, they will try to implement the same thing in the second part of the session, which is a practical based. So it is a block teaching. It's not like semester wise teaching. So I will give you one another example that if one module is scheduled in week 1 and another module is scheduled in week 4, so the students will attend first module in week 1 and second module in week 4. There will be no teaching in week 2 and 3. So week 2 and 3 will be empty. There will be no teaching activity. And this is also sometimes good for those people who are working full time. So they can take off from their job for 1 week, attend the full module, and then they like go back and start working.
Fantastic. Yes, that does sound very much like it would suit somebody working full time. As you say, they could take 1 week off, complete the first module, go back to work, and then complete another module further down the line. And that way, bit by bit, complete the whole course while still working full time, which is fantastic. Brilliant. So can we talk also a little bit more? You mentioned about pathways. So what are some of the pathways on into the distance learning courses or postgraduate?
So for the distance learning more courses, because all of our courses are distance learning based. So if a student is enrolled on the cyber technology as a DL student, distance learning student, So that students also has the same option. So that students can choose pure pathway option, or that students can go with the mixed pathway option. Of course, for the DL students, there is no like specific timetable, but there are some requirements that the students have to. If the student is a DL, but in DL it is a full time, so in that case, the students must complete at least 4 modules in one term or in one semester. Okay, but if a student is DL and part time, in that case, we recommend students to complete at least 2 modules per term or per semester. But in terms of the pathway, so DL students can go with any pathway in MSc Cyber Technology.
Great, thank you very much. And you mentioned a lot when we were talking about fees, about SevenSafe. So could you just elaborate a little bit more on what is the SevenSafe and what's the DMU top up part? If you could just explain that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as I mentioned before, that our MSc Cyber Digital Forensic, MSc Digital Forensic, we run that in with collaboration with the SevenSafe. So we have like seven safe modules, and those seven safe modules are completely delivered at SevenSafe in Cambridge. Okay, once a students complete that SevenSafe part at Cambridge, they get a successful certification certificate from the SevenSafe, and then they present that certificate to the DMU to enroll for the DMU credits. So of course, for each module, there are like 15 credits. And when they enroll for the DMU credits, the DMU enroll them on a specific module. And on that module, when they are enrolled on that module, they receive a coursework. And that coursework, we call them as a top-up. So the students is then given a 3 months time to complete that coursework. And once the students complete and submit that coursework, and if that is successfully like evaluated and students pass that coursework, so then they are given 15 credit for that more specific modules. And in terms of, again, I would repeat the fee structure for the SevenSafe. So, of course, the students need to pay fee directly to the SevenSafe. DMU will not be involved in paying anything to the SevenSafe on behalf of a student. And the students will also pay fee to the DMU for the DMU top-up, which we call use the top-up word for the course.
Brilliant. Thank you for clarifying that. And how do I actually apply to SevenSafe?
Yeah, so the students can apply directly to the SevenSafe via their online system. So if the students visit the SevenSafe website, so there is a list of modules, and of course they have a list of modules which are linked with DMU modules. So it is not like the students can study any module and at the SevenSafe and then they come back and they study the DMU. No, we have a specific modules, and those modules are available on our DMU website and also on our SevenSafe website. So if a student is interested in that module, so the students need to visit that SevenSafe website and register for that module online, and they can pay fee online.
That's great. Thank you. So head straight to the SevenSafe website to find out more details about that. Fantastic. And that's brilliant. Well, thank you ever so much for covering all that detail for us and talking all about the cyber technology courses. Is there anything else, Salmadullah, that you'd like to add, tell our viewers, anything else about either distance learning or the courses?
No, I think that's all from my side. But if there is any questions from the students, so I would be happy to answer those questions. And of course, I would repeat again our the options that are available to the students, like the pathway selections option. There is a placement options for the students if they are interested in the placement, and that is 1 year placement. But of course, just to remind, just to mention one thing in the placement, especially for the international students. So if we have an international students on our MSc programs, and they are starting in September or in January, and if they are interested in the placement, so they must secure the placement option, placement before 30th of June. So that is usually the deadline for the international student to secure a place.
Brilliant. So just a date to note there if you are an international student looking for placement to secure that placement opportunity. And that's brilliant. So would you mind, Samadullah, if we shared your email address so that if anybody wishes to contact you directly, they've got any questions and that they'd like to ask you, would that be okay?
Yeah, that will be fine.
Fantastic.
You can share and students can contact me directly.
Brilliant. There you go. So you can see Samadullah's email address there on the screen. So do email if you have any specific questions about our cyber technology courses. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, Samadullah. So we've just got a few more minutes. So if anybody does have any questions, please do ask us on the comments. But just to reiterate as well, we've got lots of courses that we can study we offer via distance learning. So there's a whole variety of subject areas, including human resources, law, design, youth work, as well as cybersecurity and engineering. So not just what the courses that we've talked about today, but De Montfort University offers many courses in distance learning. They all offer the opportunity to study at different levels. So there's masters, diploma, PG certificate, there's lots of options there, and you can find out a full list of our courses on our website, which is just on the screen there now as well. So I think that's about it. So if there is nothing else, let me just check if there's any questions. So we haven't got any questions come through. So fantastic. Well, thank you very much for joining me today, Samadullah. We're going to finish the live stream here. Thank you to everyone who's listened. And yeah, as we say, for more information about cyber technology via distance learning, you can find all that out on our website. And we have got our online chat going on today as well, right now, and also this afternoon, later on this afternoon. So do join in the chat if you have any questions. But other than that, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you, Samadullah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.